In order to begin using Google Search Console, you need to add a property to Google Search Console. Let's talk about how you do that. When you first go to Google Search Console, you'll see an empty container. Over in the left sidebar, you'll see an area that says Add Property. If you click on this, you can then click on Add Property. There are two different property types within Google Search Console. You can add a domain property, or you can add a URL prefix property. A domain property allows you to see all aspects of this domain. So if we were to add elementive.com here, not only could I see elementive.com, but I could see any subdomains contained on elementive.com. The other type of property is a URL prefix property. A URL prefix property only allows you to see a particular part of the domain. Now it's important to note here that according to Google Search Console, www.yoursite.com is different than no www.yoursite.com. The same is true for HTTP, non-secure, and HTTPS, secure. HTTP, yoursite.com is different than HTTPS, yoursite.com. So if we were to add a URL prefix property for Elementive, we would want to put that in with the HTTPS and the www. Now that we've talked about what the domain and the URL prefix properties are, let me show you how to set up both of these and verify both of these. Starting with the domain property. Once I put in Elementive's URL, I'll then click Continue. In order to verify a domain property, I need to add a text record to my DNS. Now, you can either manage the DNS yourself, or you can copy this text record and send it to your developer. I'll click Copy, and then go over to our DNS manager, where I can add a new text record and paste in that value. My text record has now been created. I can come back over here and click on Verify. I've successfully added the text record to my DNS, so I've completed adding the domain property. So I can go to the property and begin viewing reports. Now, even though you've added a domain property, you do want to add URL prefix properties. For every website, I recommend adding a URL prefix property for every subdomain you have, as well as a URL prefix property for all the variants of your main domain. In Elementive's case, that's HTTPS, www.elementive.com, HTTP, www.elementive.com, HTTPS, elementive.com, HTTP, elementive.com. The reason why you do this is this allows you to see different aspects of your website and really drill in on those particular pieces of your website, especially within the coverage report, in a way that you simply can't do within the domain property. The steps are the same for each of those URL prefix properties, so let's add HTTP elementive.com as an example. Once I've entered the URL, I can click on Continue. Now in this case, my ownership was auto-verified because I happen to use Google Analytics under the same account, and therefore I'm a valid owner. This might happen for you as well, in which case, great, you're done. Alternatively, because we've created a domain property, you might already be verified with the DNS record for this URL prefix property. Here again, if that's the case, great, you're verified. You've created the URL prefix property, you're done, and you can go to the property to begin looking at those reports. However, if you can't verify by Google Analytics or because of the DNS entry, you have a couple other options available. You can add an HTML file to your website's root directory, in which case you would download this file and upload it to your website or ask your developer to do so and then verify. Or you can add an HTML tag to your website's head section, and then once this is added, you can click Verify in order for Google to recognize that you are an authorized user of this property. If you have any questions about Google Search Console or adding a property to Google Search Console, please let me know. You can email me at matthew@elementive.com. If you found this video informative and helpful and would like to see more videos like this from Elementive, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.